What's going on, all you gamers? Here we are back with some more Diablo 2 Resurrected, and today I'm going to be going over 3 kind of budget-ish runewords that can really help you out if you're making your way towards, say, Nightmare, or even if you're making your way towards Hell. You may well need to use these, and it will definitely help you if you're lacking in those resistances. So if you're struggling to make your way through the game, want a bit more resistances, and want some nicer gear, then stay tuned. That's coming up next. Welcome back, all you guys and girls. As always, 4 Things Gaming, 4 Things Xbox. All the latest and greatest hints, tips, guides and builds, and just some fun gameplay and reviews of upcoming games, then why not hit that subscribe and bell icon. I'll be bringing you a lot of Diablo 2 content as well, so you may well find some of it helpful. So what I've tried to do is give you 3 recipes that can work in nigh on all builds. The reason for that is elemental resistance is really key. If you've got none of it, you may well find yourself absolutely falling over a lot as you make your way towards Hell difficulty. The Hell difficulty means you have minus 100% resist, and if your build was doing okay in the first place, or if you were only getting hit a little bit hard, now you're going to take full whack and absolutely melt. So how can you make it so that you survive those tougher stages? So first off, we've got this one just over here, and what you're going to need is the body armor of your choosing, and it's going to have to be grey text with 2 sockets. Anytime you're creating runewords, they're going to have to be grey text, so you may want to keep an eye out for some of these nice ones, especially if it's got anything added onto it. So down the bottom where it's got socketed, if it's got any blue text saying it gets additional things such as cast rate or anything nice, keep an eye out for those. Those are really highly sought over, and once you make the runeword, it will carry across. So swiftly moving on, and the first one we're going to create is this one right here, using Nef and using Lum. So we're going to pick Nef up, we're going to chuck it in, and now we're going to chuck in Lum. And that's going to create smoke. Now this probably wasn't the best choice because the defense of this one was awful. Make sure you find one that's a much nicer version because it will up its defense, and it's definitely one of the stronger mid kind of range rune words, I would say. It's really nice and it can work in nigh on all builds. So as you see, it created smoke, and it gives us 20% faster hit recovery, 75% enhanced defense, 280 defense versus missiles, plus 10 to energy, and the main one, the biggie, is all resistances plus 50. That right there is going to see you through a lot of content. Nightmare will be easy once you get your resistances up, and going into Hell you're definitely going to work on them a bit, because if you don't, you will be getting hit ridiculously hard. It also comes with level 6 weaken that can really help you out if you're struggling on those tougher enemies, but the main thing, like I said, is probably being able to have that all resistances plus 50, but again the plus 75% enhanced defense. If you put this on something with a really nice bit of armor, this right here would definitely help you out with that physical damage as well. One of the best easy budget ones to make, and one of my favourite runewords in the game for cracking on getting into Hell. You may well find yourself using this even when you're in Hell because you just haven't found anything better. A really nice one to use at pretty much all stages of the game. Next up, and we're going to jump over to the shield. With this, you need any grey shield that has 2 sockets. Again, if it's a really nice one, that's always an added bonus, but whatever you can find with a bit of chance to block or a nice chunk of defense, definitely use it on those. And with this, we're going to chuck in a shell rune, and just over here, an F rune. Once we've chucked both of those in, we're going to create Rhyme. So as you can see, it gives you plus 40% faster block rate, which is really nice, 20% increased chance of blocking, so again, if you are able to get that block rate high in the first place, it can really help you out. Regenerates mana 15%, all resistances plus 25, and this one right here, even though you might not think it, is well worth having, and that's cannot be frozen. Being frozen in this game is an absolute nightmare, and sometimes that can really be your downfall, so not being able to get frozen can be a great benefit. Also, 2 amazing things: 50% extra gold from monsters, really help you stock up on that to do your gambling later, and an added bonus of a 25% better chance of getting magic items. For such an easy to create 2-word runeword and really nice low runes, this one is definitely one of the better ones, and I'd probably say if you can't make, say for example, Spirit out of a 4-socket shield, this would be the one you would use until you can. Really nice, a really easy one to make, and has just great stats all round. Now last and kind of least actually, this one's a little bit lower in tier, but it's a really nice and easy one to make, and I've already created this one, and that's this one just here. So by chucking Ort and Soul into a helmet with 2 sockets, it's going to give you quite a nice chunk of everything. It's not amazing, it doesn't give you as much elemental stuff as the others, and I'd say this one's a little bit more budget because I don't know if you'll be using it all the way in or through hell, but it's definitely one you want to look at if you're struggling with a few things. So one great thing it gives you is +1 to all skills. Anytime you can get that is just a great bonus. It's going to up all of your damage, it's going to make things easier. It's just what you aim for in pretty much all builds. So plus something to all skills is probably the best thing you can grab for nigh on most pieces of gear. Next up, you've got +10 to energy. Extra energy is always a bonus. It's not really what we're here for, but it is a bonus. But another great one is lightning resist +30%. Now, I would love it if it was all resist, but it's not. But the reason I'm saying this one might be one you want to look at is because some of those stages, for example, I believe Act 3 and 4, or pretty much any of the acts, anytime there's electricity, they hit you like a truck. They really do. It's the only thing in game that I've had complete struggle with. I suppose if you had nothing in poison, that would probably be a bit of a pain as well, but lightning to me seems to be the kicker in this game most times. So if you can get a little bit of extra resist on that, it can really help you out. Other than that, it's got +2 to mana and +2 to light radius. But all in all, for such an easy to make helmet, mid-game, say Nightmare, or even if you've not got anything that's any good, you may still be using this going into hell until you can find something to gear you up a little bit more. Little bit extra skill power, little bit extra energy, and that lightning resist definitely helps if you've not found anything amazing in game. Well, you gamers, hopefully I didn't take too long on that. I'm going to bring a lot of guides and a lot of things that I think will help people out. As always, for all things gaming, take care. I'll see you on the next day.